Speaking of gym community, what's your guys' thoughts on PED?
Dude, that's a good question.
You could do whatever you want, but like I would never.
Yeah.
It's just so bad for your health. But for me, I'm just like I would never, just for the side effects. And again, that's not why I'm lifting. I'm like lifting.
Hey, I'm Alden.
Hey, I'm Francis.
Welcome back to the ChattyAF podcast.
We have a special guest today.
Hi. My name's Sanor, and I'm majoring in interdisciplinary program of engineering. I'm a senior student. Yep.
He's quite special because we see him almost every day. We see him at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we like started talking. I think at NCU, we go to gym, see each other, and then, you know, the first like head nod, like, hey,
Yeah.
you're deadlifting, cool.
Go on, lift heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
the
then-
next day,
And then next day you like fist bump, and then now we're like best friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, yeah, tell us a little bit about your gym journey. Like, how did you start?
how do I start? I started lifting like about 1.5 years ago. And
wow.
I go to gym before, in the high school, but it's like from time to time, like maybe once a week or once in 2 weeks, and that's not very effective. And then I stopped working out. And then into my third year of college, I continued to start lifting, and I took it quite seriously this time, and that's how I start.
Yeah, it looks like it. You have the like sleeves, you got the deadlifting shoes.
That's another story. After I started for like half a year, I saw some video clips online, and that's the powerlifting meets. And
Yeah.
these dudes are strong,
Yeah,
strong
100%.
AF, and
Alden and Francis.
in their weight class, like a 66 kilos man, he could bench like 180 kilos.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And that's very impressive to me. So I started like training in a powerlifting style. So I got those wrist wraps,
Yep.
the sleeves, and the belts. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very distinct because I think there are only a few people who train in the powerlifting style. I've seen you and another guy named Mael.
Yeah.
And
They know each other, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Actually, I don't know who I met first. They were all like,
I met Mao first.
okay.
And he's like 59 kilos and can deadlift 180, 170.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I met him first or you. I don't know the order, but then I think there were a lot of us using that one squat rack
Yeah.
at the NCU
That's
gym.
the problem of NCU
Yeah.
right there.
And so we I think just naturally became friends. But yeah, all of you guys are like pretty legit, very like you go, parallel, and just the reps are very clean. And you don't really I feel like with NCU, not to knock on any NCU students, but sometimes you'll see like the half reps or like
I mean, that's like any gym that isn't a powerlifting
True,
gym.
you're right, yeah.
You know, it's the sort of thing where
yeah,
it's
but-
pretty common.
This kind of makes no sense to me. If they want to like improve their jump abilities, then they do half reps for explosives.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's for sure. But if in general, if you want hypertrophy, you should go lower than parallel.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe 80 Gs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different. I think also from when I was here in Taiwan the first time in 2018, 2019, I was in Yilan.
Yeah.
I think the amount of people, it just feels like, again, I don't know, but a lot more people do lift now and power lift.
Yeah,
How do
in
you
like
feel?
5 years, and the lifting
Community?
community is getting bigger and bigger in Taiwan.
Uh-huh.
That's a very good thing to do. And by the way, when I was in winter vacation,
Yeah.
and I lived in the gym near my home, and there's looking like a maybe junior high school student, 13, 14 years old, and doing shoulder presses, 35 each.
35?
Yeah.
And I come over and say, hey bro, start lifting that heavy before the injury.
Yeah.
The injury of hurting my ego,
Yeah. Wait, 35 kg or 35
kgs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's all kg.
Yeah, no. Yeah. What am I thinking?
Oh, sure. I mean, you mentioned like the differences in, the style of how you lift. The half reps are good for like a certain specific goal of like increasing your explosive strength. I'm curious, did you ever have like a period of time where you either like ego lifted, or do you feel like you kind of bypassed that phase? Because you said you were only lifting for like a year.
Yeah,
and a half.
I when I started like 3 months in, and I feel my strength just increase like tremendously, and I started ego lifting. Just adding away, and the form is just getting worse and worse.
Right.
And then I saw the clips of powerlifting. They can do like that's when I know you have to touch your chest when you bench press.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
People
used to bench press like
just a little. Yeah, I see that so much. I'm just like, should I go over and say like, you might want to go a little lower, because you're really, if you're doing that, you're not. I mean, what depends on your goal and like your purpose, but if you're trying to do like strength building or even, I think just like muscle, you're not maximizing your gains.
Because range of motion is required in the competition,
Right.
and good for your hypertrophy.
Yeah.
Okay, muscle growth.
What's your favorite lift?
Bench.
Bench? Yeah, really? Okay.
I think it's most people. You mean like in the 3 lifts?
Yeah.
I mean, mine is deadlift. I
I was gonna say, I think some people disagree. I have a really good friend. Shout out Benny.
Because everybody's body anatomy is
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've been told I have like a deadlifter's build, where I'm like kind of like I have like long limbs, and I'm like kind of like on the leaner side. So it's the sort of thing where people look at me and they're like, okay, I'm gonna guess your 3 lifts: 90, 160, and it's like kind of accurate.
There you go.
And I also have long limbs, but somehow my femur is quite long, so it's not good for my
Man, me too.
squats.
Yeah.
My arms are quite long too,
Right.
so not very good for bench.
Yeah.
And so, of course, deadlift is my best lift, but my favorite lift is bench. Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. That's cool.
You're trying to do some PRs soon, right? What are your
3
goals?
weeks. Yeah, in 3 weeks. I just hit some heavy single today before I came here. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
The pump.
No pump now. No pump.
What would you say your goal for the big 3 lifts is? Maybe by like the end of your time here at NCU.
Not maybe by the end of my time in NCU, but in my lifting career,
Sure.
I want to hit like a 10x total.
10.
Oh yeah, like between the 3 lifts.
I probably go 66 weight class. I think I will compete someday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So 10x, you just want to do 660 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like total split between the 3, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't. Kilos is hard for me. I'm still trying to do the math right now.
It's like 1,300 something pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have. No, I'm only like 1,000.
Like 10x is like not a standard. Yeah, a standard for like lower weight classes like 74 and 66 or something. You have to hit the 10x to actually have a chance to win the title.
Oh, got it. Wow. That's cool. And you just said you one day hope to compete?
Yeah, for for amateur.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's a good goal.
Yeah, because in powerlifting community, there's a saying like you have to at least compete once to call yourself a powerlifter.
Ah. Is that why you did it, Benny? Is that why you competed? So I have a good friend who competes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's crazy.
There's another guy who might go compete this year, like Kyle.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we know Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle,
he's
strong
cool.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool. In terms of, oh no, go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, like, we really enjoy speaking with all you guys at the gym, and it's like kind of cool that like we've made this like small community kind of loosely with like you, Kyle, Mile, and like a couple of the other like folks who are out there.
No, I was just gonna ask about nutrition because like for us, we eat we have to eat so much.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about.
Yeah, ever
like,
since
for
I
you.
started lifting, I'm doing a dirty bulk.
Dirty bulk. No,
Yeah,
that's
good old dirty
bad.
bulk. I don't care I don't care my macros. I'm just hitting the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you? Yeah, how are you eating here? Because for us, we go to back door, Food Panda.
Foodpanda,
Yeah, but like what on Food Panda?
McDonald's.
Oh,
Fat Daddy.
that is a dirty bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pizzas all day, every day, and maybe some. Oh, I like fried rice, and I love how do you say 铁板烧? Teppanyaki.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Teppanyaki.
Got it. Huh. Good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I've done bulks before, but never. I've done like one dirty bulk. Like my first ever bulk, I was like, oh, I can eat whatever.
Your physique is phenomenal.
No, I like compared to before. I feel like being in Taiwan, it's been harder. Like just trying to find food has been like really difficult.
So before you, where you came from again? Where you came from?
Oh, the U.S.
Oh, U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, U.S. is full of high calorie
Yeah,
food.
A lot of
and also even just the food here is just so much smaller. Like when we go to like Kwai Chan, is that Kwai Chan? Right? Is that what it's called?
Are we talking about the usual?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
yeah.
How much usual is it?
We have
It's like Kwai Chan,
yeah. I'm not sure the name, but
but it's like you just pick the food. It's like
yeah.
bento.
Anyway,
Like I have to eat 2 of those in order to like feel full.
and
so
that's expensive.
yeah, I mean it's the cheapest thing around here though. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like 140.
cheaper than California as well.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, the prices in U.S. is crazy right now, right?
So for me, it's just learning how to like balance that diet.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll like, especially here, realize that I'm not eating enough. Because I just, at home I just cook everything when I'm in California.
You using protein shake?
No, I don't really use protein shake.
You should try it. Maybe.
I did before. It just doesn't feel good for my system.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll like break out of acne or just like bowel movements are not the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you use?
Yeah, I do use protein shake. I use like
You use whey?
the standard whey
Yeah.
whey protein.
No, I have before. I have, but like as I gotten older, I'm just like I'll just
Speaking of supplements, do you use like creatine?
creatine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good for your strength overall. Your maybe muscle fullness.
Yeah, just like the water.
Yeah, water.
Yeah, so I have creatine. I do that like every day.
Yeah.
So I've
me
been
too.
doing that for like more recent. I think like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Like since getting like stopped using whey.
Yeah.
So I've just like been sticking to creatine.
That's good.
Yeah. If you're watching, if you want to get into lifting, creatine,
Yeah.
it's the way to
Go
go.
get creatine. It's
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
What about
Can I borrow some?
Yeah.
Can I borrow some creatine? Yeah. So Francis and I have also talked about this quite a bit. We have been lifting a lot of like weights this year, and like Francis has been lifting for like a bit longer than I have. But
Yeah.
but the thing is,
10 years.
we both started. You started with calisthenics too, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we both started with calisthenics. Have you ever tried calisthenics, or have you ever had
I
a-
tried to learn muscle up from Mael.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I suck.
His muscles are clean.
I
Yes,
almost
his muscle
hurt
ups are
my
very clean.
shoulders.
It does require a lot of shoulder mobility,
Yes.
and it is a completely unnecessary move.
And that's the thing to tell us: do not ego lift, but because when I started lifting, I do ego lift, right? And I actually hurt my left shoulder.
Oh, okay.
And ever since that, my left shoulder mobility decreased like a lot.
Wow.
And I have to warm up 5 to 10 minutes every day.
Yeah,
each session. Yeah.
I mean, that's just warming up is good practice in general, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, with calisthenics, my favorite lift is probably like the weighted pull-ups.
Yes.
I think
Yeah, me
for
too.
me, it's just super fun.
Yeah.
But what about you?
No, I mean, I agree. Like, of the big three, my favorite lift is the deadlift because it's my best lift, but also because like I started working on like my back muscles before anything else, because
Pull-ups.
during the pandemic when I was living in Central Europe, I had absolutely nothing to do except for my job, and there was a park near my house. And so what I would do is I'd go to the park every day. And I would see, a lot of European guys love calisthenics because it's free and because it's the sort of thing where there's sort of a culture of going to like the gym park and like doing muscle ups. So I'd be seeing them and I'd be like, how do they do that? And so I worked on it, starting with calisthenics all throughout the pandemic, like mask on, outdoors, by myself at the gym, rain or shine. Outdoor gym, rain or shine. Yeah. And, eventually I got the muscle up, nice. But it was the sort of thing where I had never really lifted weights, like never seriously. And it's the sort of thing where I started out with calisthenics and it's only like now here in Taiwan where I'm like actually lifting weights more. And I was wondering if you had a kind of phase where you focused primarily on calisthenics before you jumped into like powerlifting.
No, not really. But I think it's kind of, maybe it's better to start from calisthenics and then into weightlifting because you know how to use your strength.
Right. I feel that.
Especially your back or something because you do a lot of like pull-ups, muscle-ups.
Yeah, push-ups.
And pushes like dips.
Yeah, dips.
Yeah,
push-ups. Yeah. No, I started with that too. I didn't really start lifting like seriously until after college. So maybe when I was 23, 22. But in college, I was mostly just doing calisthenics. By senior year, I was like starting to, work with weights. But yeah, I think for, when I was younger, it was definitely calisthenics.
So can you do a planche?
No. But I could do a muscle up. I could do muscle ups. Yeah. But no. I just kind of stopped. I actually was just talking to Alden. I was like, maybe I should get back into it, just like to try something else.
Yeah.
Because I've been like lifting for a long time. I definitely want to continue, but just to like try out new skills and try to manipulate my body in like crazy ways, that's really cool.
Calisthenics is not so popular in Taiwan. I think maybe weightlifting is much popular than calisthenics.
Cool.
Yeah. It is interesting. Of the people who I've met who do calisthenics, they're not like primarily calisthenics guys.
Yeah.
One of them is a rock climber, and he's like ridiculously naturally strong, like no gym, no like routine exercise. He just goes climbing and he's like ripped out of his mind. And then the other one was actually in Penghu, and he was like kind of like a parkour guy, a parkour gymnastics guy. So I saw him swinging kips, if you know that like gymnastics move where you use momentum to kind of like throw yourself forward with the bar and then you swing back and up into the...
That's like a gymnast?
Yes.
Gymnastic up.
Yeah, it's like a very gymnastics momentum-based movement. It's still like a lot of mind-muscle connection, but it doesn't take raw strength to do it. And these are the two guys who are into anything calisthenics related, but they're not like calisthenics guys. One is a parkour gymnast and the other one is a rock climber. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Gotcha. We kind of talked about this a bit earlier, but just going back to the gym community, like obviously you and I have like worked out all of this year and like I've seen you and everyone else. Like what are your thoughts on the gym community? Because oftentimes, I started lifting because my good friend did it and it was like just to hang out, and then some of my favorite lifts that I remember is just like with friends, so I'm just curious about, do you have, it seems like there's an NCU like lifting community or like just
you mean like in NCU like me and
well I mean there are a lot, I feel like
and Kyle, Mile and
I mean I even see like Ray sometimes what Ray's like full name maybe.
Race?
Do
you know Ray?
I don't know his full name, but
Ray.
Ray.
Ryan?
No. Anyway, it's fine. But I feel like there are a group of you all who like lift. So what is that like?
I think it's very nice to work out with you guys because we motivate each other to hit big numbers and probably like a strength focused goal. Closer to each other.
Like you form a stronger bond as you all get stronger.
So strong.
It's I really appreciate that because there's a sort of weird focus on having like a ripped lean physique in the US, and like a lot of the sort of social media that we consume informs us not on how to be stronger, but how to look more ridiculously, like jacked, or how to look like very lean, and the focus is on like lean always, and it's just it's kind of nice seeing a group of people who just completely bypass that and just focus on strength. Yeah.
I think when I started workout, I was focused on maybe aesthetic or just mainly just put on mass.
Sure.
Yeah, but as time goes by, I'm more into powerlifting and strength and such.
Yeah, I think that piece is so important because especially as you get older, like that's what like you want to be healthy, right?
Yeah.
And for me, that's a huge part of why I lift. Of course, like there's aesthetics that's like part of it, but also I just
look massive.
No, well, so that's part of it, but also just like I want to be really healthy, like I want to be lifting and moving when I'm like 60, 70.
Yeah.
And I see, especially I think in Taiwan, I feel like there's a community of older folks who are like at the park, moving, and sometimes I've seen like grandpas do pull-ups,
Yeah.
And that's just amazing, like you have to build that throughout, the span of like however long that grandpa was lifting, or working out.
Yeah. And speaking of gym community, what's your guys' thoughts on PEDs?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a really good question.
No, I don't I don't judge people, but because it's you could do whatever you want, but like I would never. Yeah. 'Cause it's just so bad for your health.
Yeah.
The side effects, it's just not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Side effect. To me, it's not worth it, but to some people,
sure.
Maybe for their career, it's
sure. That's what I'm saying. Like I guess. Yeah, I'm not going to judge or like say, okay, you shouldn't or should not. But for me, I'm just like, I would never, just for the side effects. And again, that's not why I'm lifting. I'm like lifting to be healthier, stronger, like healthier is first, but then also strength. Like now, I like even when we did PRs, like I'm just trying to maintain. I just want to make sure I'm not losing a lot of my strength. I think I'm at the point where I'm not like, ooh, let me just chase numbers and get stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kind of piggybacking off that, like obviously, like I would never do PEDs. I obviously don't do PEDs, but the thing is, for me, it's I think my biggest concern about them is just having accurate and good unfiltered, accurate and good like filtered information that is easily accessible for everyone to see and is the only thing that is recommended. Which, of course, is incredibly hard to do on the internet nowadays. The problem is that there is, of course, a lot of misinformation and a lot of young men and women and non-binary folks who are looking at this stuff and they're saying, well, I want to look like this guy. I'm going to start using. And it's the sort of thing where, you'll see videos of like incredibly young, incredibly strong person, completely natural. And it's like, maybe they are, maybe they're not. And there's now a question, and I think a lot of people look at that and they feel compelled to use. Of course, like citation needed, but I've seen a lot of people who, have things like body dysmorphia, have things like, the lack of confidence in themselves, even though they are improving. They're worried about not improving enough. And even guys with massive physiques, with incredible lifts, being down on themselves because they're just not at that level of, the top 0.001%, and they feel a bit more compelled to use. So I would say like just having access to good, like actual peer-reviewed information, and then on top of that, monitoring content on these social media platforms to have perhaps disclaimers and information about like, is this natural? Is this not? And I think at this point, just with the way that a lot of our social media platforms work, they're not being filtered appropriately. And there needs to be much more attention to detail. Of course, like it's impossible to get and flag everything, but they could be doing a better job.
In fact, there's a lot of like influencers that do promote the PD use.
Which is kind of crazy. In my opinion. Is it? I feel like in Taiwan it's not that popular, correct?
Compared to US?
Of course, compared to US.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But maybe you look at pro bodybuilders in Taiwan still use
PDs.
Yeah. But in in general, the gym, like maybe public gym
Yeah.
and commercial gyms,
Yeah.
there's not that much.
Okay. Because it's different in the U.S. Like you'll go to a commercial gym, you can see at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I'm not getting that sense here,
Yeah.
which is I think it's great. Again, for me, I just advocate for like health and like if you are training to be stronger, just you're competing against, at least for me, like myself, and I want to just get stronger every time. If I do PR, at least back then, but like right now, again, I'm just trying to maintain, and so like if I know I can hit 120, then I want to get back to it. Because since our break, I've definitely I feel weaker.
Yeah.
Because we traveled for 3 weeks and we didn't lift at all.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel weaker, but I just want to get back to where I know I was. Like I know I'm capable of hitting the 120 versus now I'm like dang.
And maybe some rest is needed
Yeah.
when it's actually needed. Because as I more into lifting, and I realize your recovery is quite important, just as important as the lifting.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, because especially if you want to improve your strength, and if you didn't recover from the last session, and you won't get any results.
No, absolutely. Like weekly, I try to get in 2 days of rest at least. Yeah, and I split up. I mean, kind of similar to you, because you're doing 60 days right now, right?
Right now I'm doing a 3-week block, a program that's a bench focus. I do.
Oh, right. You just switched it.
Yeah, I switched it. It's a 5-day a week, and it's like day 1, day 2 is like bench, and day 3 is like squat and deadlift. Day 4 is accessories, and day 5 is another bench, but it's like heavy singles. Yeah. And I'm from week 1 to week 3. I build the weights up.
Yeah.
And I managed. I plan to hit 90 kilos on bench in week 3.
Yeah. No, good luck.
Fantastic.
Yeah. For me, recovery is super important. Again, nutrition too, right?
Yeah.
That's so huge, and sleep, all of it.
Yeah, sleep is very important.
Yeah. Try to be consistent.
Sleep feels like the hardest one these days.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh man, sleep. I love sleeping. Is this?
Oh, it's not that I don't love it. It's that there are too many distractions.
Oh.
Like,
No, I love it, and it's easy. I like knock out so quickly.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
That's very good, because maybe you do some work and you're playing some video games, and then it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and
1 o'clock too. No, I sleep. I try to get to bed by 11. Yeah.
Admirable.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I hear jamming. I'm like, all right, lullaby.
Oh, just punch.
No,
the wall.
no.
Yeah,
That's
punch
what
it.
no. I'm
Hold
saying it's
quiet,
like, No, it's great. I'm like, oh, he's playing music. I can go to sleep now.
Really? Because sometimes I play my like hardcore pieces. Sometimes I'm like screaming in my room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be
Okay.
passed out by then.
Soundproofing is good enough. Good to know. You could take notes on that.
No, it's great. So sleep, drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. In the States and in Europe, I like never drank water, and I drink water here in Taiwan, and I feel significantly healthier. Yeah. And I think the only reason I've improved any of my lifts is because of like the food and the fact that I drink water.
No, it's so important.
Yeah.
what do you drink? Diet Coke?
No, I just like when I was living in Europe, it would just be like, it was like I would basically drink beer. And like I'm not even kidding. Like during the
Central
day.
Europe, what, like Germany?
Czech Republic.
Czech.
Yeah, the country that consumes the most beer by a substantial amount, So yeah,
I mean, your beer is good.
it's good, but it's not that good.
Wait, do you drink?
Yeah, I drink. I drink.
Yeah, I think for me, part of lifting also, I'm more cautious of like what I drink too.
Yeah.
Like I try not to.
After I
drink.
start lifting, significantly,
Yeah. You got it.
Decreased.
No,
Yeah.
me too. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
more aware of like how much I'm drinking. I'll try to like drink in moderate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe twice a month at most. Like I used to drink way
like
more.
once in 3 or 4 months, but
Oh wow.
that one
That's
time will be like
hardcore. Yeah. I feel.
I started at
You're in college, I guess. Those are the days.
Yeah.
in Saturday, and started at 3 p.m. or something.
Wow.
Just doing shots.
That's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Cool.
And on that
note, after all these shots, what's
nice? Yeah. After all these shots, we can end the shot.
Yeah. Yo, there you go.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to maybe let our audience know about, like, getting into lifting before we?
What's your number one tip if you're a beginner, someone who's like just starting?
Number one.
Give us some tips.
Some tips. Go watch Jeff Nipper's.
He's great.
Natural. Yeah. Nice.
I watched him, and then I also watch Jeremy Ether. Do you know Jeremy Ether?
Yeah, I know.
Jeremy Ether. I did.
Yeah, you should check him out. I like both of them. Okay. I like both of them.
I love Jeff. Yeah. He's like the natural dude and jacked, strong AF.
Yeah. It's great. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. I'll let you do your thing, Alden.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Like Francis just said.
Thank you.
Jeff Nippert, if you're watching this, thank you for your advice at the gym.
Jeremy Ether.
Yeah, Jeremy Ether. Thank you too. And have a great day.
Yeah.
Catch us next time on
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right, catch us next time.
See you.
Peace.